wanna keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe, striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do.
Hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kelly and I upload every single Thursday and Saturday. And today's video is going to be another get it all done with me because we are catching up, resetting the home, and packing up the family for our weekend family camping trip. So there will be tons of prepping, organizing, and deep cleaning and motivation in today's video. So I hope this helps motivate you to tackle whatever is on your to-do list today. But when I feel overwhelmed, like when I have way too many things I need to get done, like today, I like to start first with the laundry because then I can just quickly throw in a load and have that wash while I'm doing other things. I also wanted to start with the laundry too because we are super behind and I wanted to be able to see like all of our options for when I pack and like pick out our outfits for camping and hiking. So just getting that first load started. And if you have laundry that needs to get done too, then let's get up and get it done together. You will feel so much better when you do. Really excited too because we're supposed to have really nice weather this weekend with lots of sun and a high of 75. So great weather, but there's going to be a low of 50 like at night. So layers is definitely going to be key, which is why I wanted to get all the laundry done too. Though I do want to be a little bit more minimal about the things that we pack because one, we're just going for the weekend, and two, we're going camping. So it's not like we're staying in a VRBO or like a B&B, like we're going to be in a tent. So it's best to keep things simple in what you bring, but I also wanted to be prepared too. So I found a few things to be really helpful if you prep the night before when you're going camping or going on longer trips this spring or summer that I will be sharing with you, as well as a few things that we brought that I found really helpful too. And so while I'm doing load after load and getting all of the laundry done, I also wanted to give all of the bedrooms a good tidy, change all of the sheets, and dust all the furniture with a fresh smelling multi-surface cleaner. Definitely give the kids' bathroom a good deep clean before we leave because I know that always needs to be done. But let me know, what is the weather like where you are today? Because here in Ohio, it was my favorite type of day where you can just open up all the windows and get that fresh spring breeze while cleaning and doing the laundry and made the entire house smell amazing, which made it all worth it. But just finishing making the bed, even though we are leaving the next day, it's really good to have a plan on the things that you want to get done or get caught up on the day before you leave for a trip. So for me, it's just making sure that everything is washed and cleaned. There's no laundry, no dirty dishes in the sink or yucky food trash, or like rotting food in the fridge. Because I don't know about you, but I usually come back from trips or vacations more tired than anything. And the very last thing that I want to do when we get back is to have tons of laundry that not only we accumulated while we were away, but also at home. And like the bathrooms are a mess, the kitchen's a disaster. It's just so much easier to clean up those few spaces before you leave so that when we get home from camping and I'm tired, exhausted, like can't be bothered, at least I'll come home to a freshly cleaned house with fresh sheets and I'll only have to worry about unpacking and the dirty laundry from the trip. But now just closing the window for just a second so I can wipe them down and let in all of that spring sunshine, almost summer sunshine. Well, I guess summer doesn't start till like the middle of June, but I feel like for me, summer starts when the kids are out of school, which is in 2 weeks, which I seriously cannot believe. Like, I feel like this school year just absolutely flew by, and he'll be finishing 6th grade, so he'll be a big 7th grader next year. I seriously just can't believe it. Just how fast that they grow up. Like this year, he learned how to play his first instrument, and now he's just more interested in, earning money, and, he wants to find a job and really just wanting to be helpful and helping around the house. Like, I don't know. I just feel like at the end of every year, especially as a mom, like the end of every school year, it's, happy because, your kid is moving on, to the next chapter in their life. But it's also sad because they're never going to be, you know, that little sixth grader anymore. It's just another tick in the milestone, I guess, that you'll never get back. And just the end of every school year is just a reminder to me to, you know, be grateful for every day, be present for every day, because one day I'm gonna lose my reason for having to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and, you know, make breakfast and, you know, get him on the bus. And so yeah, just be grateful and be present for every day. But now I'm just finishing up cleaning up the room and giving the room a really good vac mop. And even though I basically just like talked all the way through it, this is basically my usual quick clean of the bedroom. Obviously just changing the sheets and then dusting all the surfaces, wiping everything down because usually everything is just really, really dusty. Also like wiping down all of the mirrors and then giving the floors a really quick vac mop. And then after I and then by the time that the room is clean and reset, that's when the laundry is ready to be switched over, which is why I love starting with the laundry, because you can just start it and then move on to something else. And then when you're finished with that space, then it's time to switch over the laundry. It just really helps keep, you know, things going, especially when you have a ton to do that day. But I also needed to restock all of my laundry products. So just restocking the pods and the fabric softener. I like to use beaded fabric softener. I also do not like plastic packaging. I know I've said this a million times, but I love storing everything in bins and jars just because I feel like it makes it look a lot neater and tidier, especially with like when things are see-through, because I feel like it makes it a lot easier to see if I'm really low on something and when I need to restock. And then while the next load washes and dries, I can just move on to cleaning up the kids' bathroom, which was a total disaster. And honestly, I'm not surprised because it usually is. I feel like for our bathroom, at least, I can usually get away with doing just like a quick daily wipe down and then deep clean once a week. But this bathroom, the kids' bathroom, needs a deep clean twice a week for sure. And so my routine to quickly just deep clean this bathroom is to start by wiping down anything that's hanging on the walls. So I start with wiping down these little pictures, wiping down the mirrors, and also the clock too, which is really, really helpful, by the way, for our morning routines when he's getting ready in the morning, just with help keeping him on time. But anyways, also I'm going to scrub out the sink, which I try to use only all natural cleaners since I do a lot of cleaning in my day. The only two places where I'll use something a little bit stronger is in the sink and the toilet for sure, since those are the top two places in the home for germs and bacteria. I'll also use the hand soap to clean out like the toothbrush holder. But then the next place that I wanted to like clean and tidy is underneath his bathroom cabinet. This is definitely a space where I feel like it's a lot easier the more that you keep up with it. But I have these clear like pull out drawers for like all of his toiletries. So like his hair products, his different colognes, his toothbrushes, his vitamins. It just really helps keep everything organized and also lets me know if anything needs to be restocked. I do go through this once a week just to see if there's anything that needs to be tossed or if there's anything that's empty, just to keep as less as possible in there. But this is a really great way to organize the underneath of your sink. And I got these from Amazon actually, so I'll have those linked in the description box below for you. But I just restocked the underneath of the cabinet also with some toilet paper and then wiping down the outside of the cabinet. And then I'm moving on to disinfecting the toilet. So really this is just like a top to bottom clean. So just starting, you know, with the walls and the mirror and then just working our way down. After this, I'll also like clean out the trash bin. So changing the trash, every time I change the trash, I always wipe it out too, just to prevent any like yucky odor buildup. I also like to wipe down the back side of the toilet and hand scrub the floors back there because frustratingly enough, my VACMOP does not fit back there. So getting the floors cleaned behind the toilet, which is essential, especially when living with boys, has become a manual cleaning job only. But now we'll be moving on to deep cleaning his bathtub, which has become so much easier after getting this electric spin brush. By the way, I would say after cleaning out the toilets, this is my least favorite chore because I always feel like I hype it up in my mind, like cleaning and scrubbing out the showers is going to take me all day, which by the way, it never does. It's like 5 minutes and I'm done. But I think it's the scrubbing part for me. Like I can wipe things down all day long. It doesn't bother me. Scrubbing, I'm not so good at, but this electric spin brush is seriously so legit, guys. Not a sponsor, by the way. This is just what's been really working for me lately. But it comes with different attachments for your sink, your windows, car, stovetop, and make these scrubbing jobs just so much easier. So if you're looking for an affordable, easier way to clean your tubs, I will definitely have this one linked in the description box for you.
You know it still hurts a little bit, but not that much. 'Cause if you want somebody else, who am I to judge? I've been thinking about you all the time, but that's alright. I'm starting to get used to it, think I'll survive. I met you in the summer, when you left it was cold. Said we loved one another, guess that we were wrong. I met you in the summer, our love was out of control. I've been going crazy without you, I'm so alone. I met you in the
Now moving on to my boy's room, which honestly wasn't too bad since he is responsible for tidying up his own space, but I do still need to come in here once a week and, change the sheets, wipe everything down, especially like the TV stand and the TV because that space is always sticky and gross. I'm sure some will disagree with me, but I do let my kid bring like snacks into his rooms and drinks, though usually the drinks are mainly water. And when his friends are over, I like to bring them like snack trays and just let them go crazy and be kids. Yes, it does cause a mess, but I'm really trying to take it all in and be grateful for the messes and have the fun, crazy house where kids can be kids and, have Nerf wars and be loud and spill popcorn, because I know one day this room is going to be super boring and quiet with no little fingerprints on the windows, no random Nerf bullets on the back of the shelf, and just a clean and tidy and empty room. And, these days are going to feel like a blur. So for now, I guess I'll just take the crazy house. And when I reset his room, I always empty the trash bin. And as I said earlier, I like to wipe out the trash bin each time I empty, especially if food trash goes in there to prevent trash odor from building up. This has made a big difference. And I love using scented cleaners when I clean because if I'm going to do all this work, I want it to smell really good too. And if you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know I love using Mrs. Meyer products and trying different scents. And I've been obsessed lately with the Clementine multi-surface spray. It is such a fresh and energizing scent and perfect for when you have a lot of cleaning to do because it made everything smell so good. But now wiping down the TV using Screen Mom's organic cleaner and tidying up and wiping down the TV stand, this area always has like sticky fingerprints and juice stain on the TV, like crumbs all around it and under the stand. I don't know. It's just like a hot mess every time that I see it, since this is where he plays games and does his homework. Yes, I would love to redo this space. I was thinking maybe putting like a new desk in there, or maybe like some drawers on the sides, or just like some other way to organize like all of his gaming things and make everything a little bit more functional. And definitely trade out this TV stand because you can tell there's just so many scratch marks and like missing paint that's chipped on it. But I'm just now vacuuming up the room, and also to freshen up the room, I'm going to use the Mrs. Meyer mint scented room freshener. Just to freshen up the bedding a little bit. This is a perfect way to quickly freshen up any space. And this really is like a really cool and crisp scent. It's not really pepperminty. It's definitely more of like a subtle mint scent. But anyways, like I was saying, we just redid like our master bedroom, laid down all new floors, redid our pantry in the kitchen, put in new shelving systems in our garage. And when you do big projects like that, you kind of have to break those things up just because of all the time and the money that it does take. But anyways, now I am filling up my bird feeder. Guys, I'm seriously obsessed with my bird camera and the app and just watching my birds. It sends me notifications and I'm just checking my phone all the time. Makes it so hard to get anything done. Let me know if you're getting tired of the bird footage because I'm just going to keep showing you. I just think that they are seriously the cutest things. And if you're wondering what happened to the bird feeders that I had got a couple months ago, I decided to hang them in the back on this little gazebo so that I can see them out the back door in the morning. They're seriously just the cutest thing. But since we were going to be gone for a couple days, I just wanted to make sure that these were filled before we left, which we get so many birds, it honestly will probably be empty before we even get back. I also too set an alarm on my phone for tomorrow just to remind myself to water my vegetable garden before we leave, which is such a helpful way to remind myself. But now we are finished with the laundry, except for the bedding and the towels. Those are still in the washer and the dryer, but all of the clothes at least are clean so that we can get them folded and put away and start packing. So if you have laundry hanging out in your dryer too, then it's time to pull it out and get it folded with me, because Lord knows I'm terrible at folding laundry and usually have a full dryer and a full basket too. But speaking of laundry, one thing I've found really helpful to bring with me anytime we go on trips is trash bags. I use one for the car, like if there's any garbage, and then the other bag I use for like dirty laundry. That way when you get back, you know immediately what's clean and what needs to just go right into the washer, which I'm sure we'll have plenty of laundry that needs to be tackled once we are back, which I'm sure that we'll have plenty of laundry that needs to be tackled once we're back since we'll be outside. So it's nice to have all the laundry done now. And moving on, after getting all of Jaden's clothes put away, I'm in Jaden's closet picking out his outfits to go camping in. And I'm using my laundry basket so I can easily pick out a bunch of different outfits and just move them into my room to be packed. So just picking out socks, shoes, PJs, and 3 outfits. One outfit will be left out and ready for him to put on before we leave, since of course we are leaving right after a soccer game. So having that laid out and ready to go is going to be super helpful. But now bringing all of that into my room so I can start picking out my outfits. And when I do this, I like to actually lay out all of my outfits on the bed, including like the socks and the shoes, because I am such a visual person and this helps me see everything better. Also, laying everything out like this helps me ensure I'm packing enough outfits for the trip, or if I'm packing too many. I also decided to pick one pair of comfortable shoes, so whatever we're wearing to save space. I also found these packing cubes to keep everyone's clothes organized, which I love these. I will definitely have the link for them down in the description box because I use them to organize all of our clothes as well as like anything that we need to take with us. So like any books and coloring books for Jaden, like bug spray, vitamins, a first aid kit, all the things. Organization is definitely key when traveling. So this was definitely worth the purchase.
About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distraction.
And so now we have me and Jaden all packed up and ready to go. I just love how everything looks in those little cubes. And then I have his clothes for the day picked out. Also, here are just some of the things that I thought would be helpful for our trip. So I picked out like a book, of course, Goosebumps for camping, and like a coloring book, some crayons, a couple of trash bags for like trash and dirty laundry. Also, of course, some like bug spray and vitamins, a first aid kit. We also have like some chairs in the car, as well as like hand sanitizer and like some stain remover. So trying to be as minimal as possible, but still trying to, be prepared for everything as we possibly can. But seriously, these storage cubes have been so helpful in just packing everything, and they're so versatile. You could really pack anything that you want, and they come in all different sizes too. But to pack everything up, in the bag that I have, I also got from Amazon. This honestly is probably my favorite Amazon find ever. It has a bunch of different compartments for storage, like on the inside and the outside of the bag. You can completely open it up, like unzip it and hang clothes on the inside of it to keep them from wrinkling. And it's such a small and cute bag, but fits so much stuff. So I 1000% recommend if you're traveling this spring or summer to check out this bag, because it has made packing so much easier and saved so much space. And per usual, my kitchen was a complete disaster because I've always said the kitchen is the heart of the home. It's where we gather, when we host, when we play board games, make dinner every night. And so it's really nice to have this space cleaned up because it makes everything feel like it just runs more smoothly. Starting with the dishes, because I definitely did not want to leave for a few days with dirty dishes in the sink. So getting caught back up on those, and I won't be starting the dishwasher right now since we're still a day out, but I always run the dishwasher before I leave, like if we're going on vacation or leaving for a trip for a few days, if there's dirty dishes in there, because I've forgotten to before and it built up the worst food odor in the dishwasher. So yeah, just a tip. Next thing on my to-do list is to clean out this fridge and to honestly just make it make sense. This is something I like to do before leaving the house for trips, but clearly my fridge needed it anyways because there was rotting produce and food. Everything was just so disorganized. So my first step is to take every single item out and just check to see if it's expired. If it is, I toss it, which we had a surprising amount of old food in our fridge, but with hosting a lot, it happens. But I like to take everything out first so that then I can easily go in with my Clementine multi-surface cleaner and a microfiber cloth and wipe everything clean and make it smell fresh and clean too. Now that all the old food is tossed and everything is wiped out inside the fridge, my next step is to basically just get rid of all of the plastic packaging and get everything organized. I really do not like the look of plastic packaging, so I like to use bins like for our drinks and for our eggs. I just think it makes everything look so much nicer. I also wanted to wash the fresh produce, which were the grapes. Have just taken me years to finally prep, but we are getting them prepped and washed today, and I like to store them in jars just because I feel like it lasts a lot longer. Usually I like to put paper towels at the bottom just to absorb any moisture, but we were completely out of paper towels, so we're just using what we got. But now everything is put away and the fridge is looking so much better. But at this point, it was starting to get a little bit later in the evening, so the last thing that I wanted to do was to prep some snacks so that we can just throw them into our bags for when we go on hikes. So just filling a Ziploc bag with a snack mix and just a couple Nutri-Grain bars too, so that we will be prepared for any snack breaks. Also wanted to make sure too that I packed some Capri Suns, so getting those out and ready to get packed up too. There was also a watermelon there because while I'm prepping the snack bag, Tyler is cutting up some fresh fruit so that we can bring that with us. And I found a really cool portable serving tray. It has like a bunch of different cup compartments that you can take out. And I don't know, I just thought it would be really cool and just perfect for our camping trip and picnics to use as little fruit cups, not just just that, I also think it would be a great thing to have, like if you're having guests over with kids, you can just hand them each like a little fruit cup or whatever you made. But I decided to mix grapes and watermelon, cantaloupe, and honeydew. I got the serving tray from Meijer, by the way, but I'll try to have an Amazon link listed for you with something that is similar to mine, just in case you're interested, because I definitely think this would be really, really handy to have, whether you're going out or if you just want to prep some fresh fruit or veggies for the week. I definitely feel like this will be a useful thing for us to have.
You know it still hurts a little bit, but not that much. 'Cause if you want somebody else, who am I to judge? I met you in the summer, when you left it was cold. Said we loved one another.
And at this point, it was really late at night, but just so thankful that the house is clean and that we are fully prepped and ready for our family camping trip. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's video and help give you tons of motivation to tackle whatever is on your to-do list today. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, loves.